Lake City, Utah, where the Jazz are looking to take one from an Eastern Conference opponent here at the Energy Solutions Arena. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some... And Freak subbed in for Trey Burke. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Hill. Mahimi comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. On the court for Indiana, they've got Turner. Mahimi is out there with C.J. Miles. Then it's Ellis, and it's Hill in at the point guard position.
And one thing about Gordon Hayward, he's an excellent playmaker for a small forward. Averaged over 4 assists a game after averaging over 5 the year before. So you've got to love a scorer who is also unselfish.
Hill drives in. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Shoots from 8. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Withey's got his first 2 points of the night. Pacers trail by 5. Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
Well, Kevin, he said that they didn't want to take what the defense gave them tonight, saying we need to play our game. I told my guys to go right at their defenders and make plays happen. If we sit back and don't be the more aggressive team, we'll just be digging a hole for ourselves. Sounds like they have confidence in their ability to score, guys.
Appreciate the report, Doris. And guys, how does their offensive strategy fit into this matchup?
I think it should make for an entertaining game. I love hearing coaches say their focus is on offense. That usually means we can expect some fireworks.
Yeah, and I know the fans love to hear that too. Just as I do, I love seeing some high-octane offense. I think it's bound to be a game played at a brisk pace.
Shots good by Samuel. We've got 1:13 left here in the first quarter. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And it's Ellis penetrating. And it's good off the glass. 59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the pass to Hood. He kicks it to Samuels. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Booker. From the left block, he sends it through.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Yeah, really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Here's the floater. And again, Monte Ellis. Ellis has got his second basket. Jazz leading by 6. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Freak, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Ellis goes in. Good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here is Samuels. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Jazz lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark. So Utah ends up going with a new group. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Hill. Mahimi comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And George Hill's subbed in for Monte Ellis. On the court right now for the Pacers. Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. C.J. Miles is out there with Mahimi. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Stuckey with it. Now defended by Hayward. Mahimi passes to Turner. Stuckey kicks to Hill. Clock at 6. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Hood can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 6. Outside Hill. Outside Turner. And there's the feed to Miles. Shoots it. The rebound by the Jazz. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. Here's Booker. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Freak with it. He's against Hill. Samuels can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 7. Stuckey dishes to Hill. Back to Stuckey. Pass to Mahinmi. Stuckey kicks to Miles. And so we wrap up the first half. Utah out in front, up by 7. And timed up.
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Entirely new group here. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Gobert. Rodney Hood comes in for Gordon Hayward. Exum, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And Freak subbed in for Burke. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Hill. Mahinmi comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Ellis in for George Hill. Samuels, he's in at point guard. Trevor Booker is out there with Favors. Then it's Exum, and it's Hood in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Utah had a great home court advantage last year here. This crowd knows how to get into an opponent's head.
Kevin, that they do. It's a big part of why the Jazz were able to eke out over 500 last season at home. Ended up 21-20 by winning 4 of their last 5 home games.
Pacers trail by 8. 1:51 left to play here in the third. Indiana again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Knocked away. Stolen by Miles. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Off the screen. That doesn't go either for George.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Favors, and that comes off the assist by Exum. 7 points for Derek Favors.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Back to Ellis. The rebound by the Jazz. Favors got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
They set the pick. Now, here's George. Defense right on him. And stolen by Hood. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Booker. Drops in the layup for 2. Booker's got 6.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
It's Ellis on the wing, guarded by Samuels. The drive by Ellis. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You better look for that.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Freak subbed in for Hood. And a change for the Pacers. Stuckey's checked in, and so in the game for the Pacers. They've got C.J. Miles. Ellis is out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then there's Ian Mahimi, and it's George in at the 4-man position. Freak with it. And taken away by Ellis. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Jazz.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to him.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Gordon Hayward. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Utah has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. And Indiana shooting not great, 40% for the game. Hill passes to Young. Ellis outside. The tray. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
The 19-foot shot. They get it back. And Booker kicks to Samuels. Hits it from 3-point range.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And the first one drops. Chase Buttinger is checked in for Ellis. And so Young nails them both.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Samuels kicks to Exum. Exum off a pick from Samuels to the inside. And Turner with the block. And he's able to get it back. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Kept alive.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. They've actually done a great job on the board.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win.